Setting, a full academic year, September 1st through May 1st, a major research university in eastern North Carolina. 2018 or thereabouts, not a time of quarantine. Prologue. Before the play starts, the warm sounds of a Carolina forest. Cicadas, crickets, the rustle of trees about to start letting their leaves down. Eventually the sounds move into thick, complete darkness, or perhaps the most intricate of projections, one or the other. A gentle hum, then a regal, husky voice like a chain-smoking Julie Andrews.
Dear Death, I am interrupting my normal mantra today because I feel you are growing closer, and no matter how many healthy offspring I leave with habitat, with little ones and littles of their own, with enough stored fat to survive years of famine, and enough cunning to outwit the wild Fusa, I still feel we have a certain amount of unfinished business to address between ourselves. A monarch must live to serve her subjects, so it is right my flesh should serve the richness of the ground. A monarch must reign with absolute discernment, and she must not falter. So it is right that the wisdom of my foremothers shall pass onward to a mind that is nimble and fresh. But Death, in exchange for my civility, you must take me all at once. You must be synchronized and swift. It is not fitting for my subjects to behold this queenly form devoid of queenly bearing. I shall beg of no one, not even you. But I ask in all humbleness, if the day comes when I can no longer recognize my hand as hand, this forest as forest, nor crazen as crazen, you must finish the job. You have an open invitation. Whatever you do, don't let my mind die faster than my body. In Crazen's name, amen.
A lemur screech. 1. September. Eastern North Carolina, a college campus, outside a building made of glass and wood. A sign reads, Lemur Lab Entrance. Multiple banners hang around the entrance. Back to school with the Lemur yearbook. Aye, aye, most intellectual. Red-ruffed lemur, most stylish. Sepaka, hardest to pronounce. Ring-tailed lemur, class clown. There's a long, skinny bench on rockers, a joggling board. Nina teeters precariously on the joggler, trying to adjust one of the banners. Reagan enters. She watches this potential disaster for a minute.
What should we put in your obituary?
Survival of the fittest.
Nina Workman, 31, gave her life for the conservation of lemurs. She almost escaped to the private sector, but
non-profit primate research got me in the end. Bless.
You were nuts to come back here.
Nature's a bad bitch.
Reagan holds the joggling board steady for Nina.
Aww.
Your safety means nothing to me. As associate director, I'm contractually obligated to limit our liability.
Co-associate director.
Fine girl, fall.
You heard from Anabelle yet?
Bring the corner down.
Have you? Ray?
Her phone's been off since the gala.
Has Miriam?
You know better than me.
Why would Anabelle want to retire? She's only, what, mid-60s?
66.
She has tenure. She's a legend.
She hates when you say
Come
that.
on! You see crowds she draws at conferences? The whole lemur mafia shows up.
I know, believe me, I know.
Well, how much of a heads up did she give you? 3 months? A month? No.
I'm sure
She hadn't told you?
she seemed a bit off.
Is she sick?
She's been asking some weird questions.
What's your 5-year plan kind of questions, or?
She seemed distracted. What?
Nothing.
What?
Are you gonna be the boss next year?
I don't want to talk about this. They'll do a national research.
Right, so we'll get a prof parade flying down here from Ivy Land or wherever before Anabelle. Sorry, the hiring committee appoints you as interim director, which I'm gonna roll my eyes a lot, but in my heart, secretly love. And then...
Miriam enters screaming into her phone.
Once again, Dr. Strausenberg, there was no conspiracy to keep the board in the dark. Not a single soul on staff was aware. You have a hard time believing that? Well, suspend your disbelief. No, you seem to have dozed off and missed the last half of this call.
Miriam stomps into the building and exits.
Maybe Miriam will be my boss.
Not like she's busy publishing.
Right, how's this gonna work for y'all?
The ringtails need breakfast.
Why are you covering a feeding?
I'm tracking feeding priority.
Today? Just let someone else take it.
You're still doing the best practices workshop with M, correct? Because our liability...
Liability, I know. I ran that training for 5 years. Having to take it as a returning employee is...
What?
Just go deal with Miriam. She'll be in a good mood now.
After that?
She thrives on chaos. You of all people should know.
A lemur cried.